Hey, welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid. Roles could be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. If you're new to my channel, know that I like to look at everything. We look at the spiritual blocks, shadows, see how they play out as karmic themes within your experience. This will help you to break karmic cycles. It can help you stop karmic looping, and it can actually help you to shape shift your situation because there's many different realities that play out at one time. Your level of consciousness um, is what produces the karma. So when we don't like the karma that plays out, it's because we didn't learn something. So I like to look at the full message because of that. Because a lot of times we wind up with somebody that's a soulmate or a twin flame or this relationship that the person feels like unconditional love. We know that they do care about us, that they love us, but everything that they do triggers us. Everything that they do like affects us to the point that a lot of times a relationship won't work because it's even though there's love, there's a lot of triggers. So hopefully um, you'll get something out of each reading and you'll be able to apply it to your own relationship in order to help you heal the effects of trauma. Psychological trauma happens from like inner child wounds, from people, situations, and experiences that make us live out of alignment with our true self, make us like undervalue ourselves, make us feel as if we are not worthy. So, like I said, healing is all about integrating these shadow aspects of ourselves. So if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you gotta like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is the underlining energy that's influencing why everyone's doing what they're doing. And that is resentment, resentment. So Scorpio, I feel like you're connected to somebody that is full of resentment, and they are full of resentment because every time they get into a relationship they feel like it's a nightmare for them. Like it doesn't just end. There's always like some fireworks to it, meaning like there's court, there's there's a lot of drama. Every single person in the neighborhood seems to know. This person feels like that all they do is give, 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 and that no one really appreciates them. So they're not really seeing how they participate to the undesirable life experiences within their relationships. And I actually even feel like they're a little resentful at you because there's a sense of who are you to make me apologize to you? Who are you to like, don't you see what I'm going through? You know what I'm going through. So why would you put more pressure on me? And why is your life so good? And why are you not affected um by the fact that we're not I'm not in your life? And so there's this real negative energy, really angry energy that I feel like you're connected to somebody. Um, and for a while, I feel like they were they were triggering you to be a little resentful because you're like, okay, like I'm not even asking for anything, and like you're making like it's a big deal to apologize, to acknowledge my feelings, um put yourself in my shoes for a minute. Like you don't want to do that. Your way of being is my way or the highway. And so like I said, they did come from that standpoint, but I feel like it was a persona and they never thought that you were going to walk away from them. I feel like they and then when you walked away, I feel like they didn't care, and now they do care, and that's why they're resentful. I regret lying to you. And so a lot of their resentfulness is actually directed towards themselves because they see that they created, this. They're just not used to dealing with someone. They care, obviously. They love you. That's why, if they didn't care, they wouldn't be angry, And so there's a sense of, I don't want to change. like, I don't want to be vulnerable. I feel so stupid that I have to come back and like apologize. How come you can't just make it easy? How come like this person doesn't want to give anything based on like all their past experiences? They feel like everything that they do winds up like just backfiring. So they're trying to deal with you different. They're trying to strategize instead of come from their heart. And so they're coming from a survival mechanism, actually perceiving that the relationship's not going to work out. And they don't realize that, though they do love you. And it's just, I don't believe that this person really truly believes that they're deserving of love. My life is not as together as it seems. I feel like when you met this person, they tried to perceive that, they had it all together. They overcompensated at how rich they were, how smart they were, how like just like over compensated because again there is a sense of feeling limited, there's a sense of feeling lack. This person doesn't like who they are, so they also know like letting you into their life, you're gonna see it all. And I think that that's really at the root of it. They don't really want you to see it all. They wanted you to perceive that they were perfect. And when a person has a lot of shame and they don't feel good about themselves due to the experiences that they lived, well, again, that's how they tend to unconsciously overcompensate. They try to make it look like they're perfect. They try to make their life look perfect. They create a facade. They live more from the mask. And the problem is, it's very tiresome to um, continually live from that aspect. It's like you're always on guard. You're always afraid that someone's going to find out the truth. So, like I said, it was just easier for them to act cocky, to create the facade, and then just know that you couldn't come that close into their life. And the thing is, it's like they didn't think that you were going to walk away. I know that I crossed the line with you. Again, they know that they tried to manipulate this connection every which way that they could see. It's not that they didn't want you; they just wanted you on their terms. And so, they lied. They tried to create triangles. They're not satisfied unless somebody is really like falling all over them, feeding their ego, and you weren't doing that. You weren't responding the way that they needed you to respond, and then they, on top of it, have feelings for you. So that created them to like continue to like play games. So I feel like in all their playing games, they didn't realize that you walked away, that you had enough. They were like caught up in the game because I feel like that's what they're used to. Finding out the truth crushed me. And so this person doesn't think that you really care about them. And again, it's only because they're wounded. Their way to like know whether a person really cares about them is not to actually have a conversation. It's to trigger them and have that person respond as if they're crazy. And then that is what satisfies this person's ego. And that's because again, they don't feel desirable. I wish I could share my good news with you. They are making changes in their life. However, I feel like they're still battling their ego a lot. Like Ben, they're still trying to like come from that place in their mind to strategize. And it's again, be careful because like this person, like I said, it's like they're gonna come into your life. Like part of them, I feel like is actually angry, again, resentful, but also loves you. So, and it's because you're not responding the way that they expected you to respond. So you hurt their ego. So I do feel like this person's going to try and come back into your life, but they're not going to come back the right way. And I got that a little earlier because again, they're used to toxic relationships. That's what they're used to of that. And when you didn't respond the way that they thought, it made them look at themselves and they don't really like what they see. Pull two again, yeah, this person is very codependent. Like you said, that is what feels normal to them. And and the thing is, it's like you have a lot of people around you, and so this person doesn't really feel as if they don't really feel like they can even come to you. in a way. So they're still trying to strategize. Like I said, they like, there's even a sense of, if I can come back into your life and like just be like, not say anything, be a part of your network and try and get close to you. Like you said, it's like this person is not healed. They like they said, they're operating more from their ego. They're used to very codependent relationships, and they'll do anything to get close to you. But again, there's a fine line between love and hate. Again, so really it needs balance. This relationship's all about balance. It's again, that's the thing. They see that you're moving up in the world. They see that, and they also, the more that you are changing and evolving and moving up in the world, I feel like the more that this is making this person out of balance, which is why I'm telling you, you better be careful on how you let this person back into your life. Um, So again, very likely, it's like it's exactly what I'm thinking of. That like, is that what this person's going to do? Yes, because they're not changed. They're not. They're going to pretend that they're changed, but they're not changed. They just feel like time is running out. They feel like you're moving on. Again, they haven't done anything with all their wounds. They're mainly triggered, and there is feelings, but there's so much resentment and anger, not even because of really what you did, but because of all their past relationships that they don't really want to change. So, and this person just believes that they can win at any cost, that they believe that they're that smart. So we have to ask, what energy do we pull in, and why did you attract this person into your life? Okay, freedom, thought, faith. So I calm my thoughts and rise above fear. I free myself of all doubt and entrusting my doubts to God. I have faith in God's perfect timing and placement. I trust this will and find freedom. So it's all about, staying close to God, obviously, and the traits of God, which is everything derived from unconditional love. So it's knowing that you're deserving of love, but it's also like you can't do anything with this situation because this person like is committed to doing things their way. So you have to kind of put it in God's hands and protect yourself and know that God will take care of you in the right time. I feel like this is a karmic test. Oh, and we gotta ask, well, why did you attract this person into your life with some of the inner child wounds? It's again belittled because again, you grew up in an environment that made you feel like you weren't good enough. This person, like again, tried to breadcrumb you, make you feel as if you weren't good enough. When you were a child, you would overgive and overdo to get that love. So that is not what triggered you. You did not do that in this connection, which the person really thought that you were going to. And that's really what's irritating them because it's again, you prove to them not. Again, play. So again, finding it's time to play. When we play, we find ourselves. Um, if through our unique individuality, what calls to us, obviously. So finding like rewriting those programs means that you have to experience more in life, things that are going to bring you joy, things that are going to bring you passion, because those childhood wounds are still there. And again, love, didn't get enough love. Give yourself the love. So that's why this connection actually transpired, not so that you could be with this person, but so that you could say, I'm deserving of a lot more. I'm going to put the energy into myself. I'm going to give myself the love that you don't give me. And that is why this person is stuck holding the shit bag per se, because they never thought that you were going to do that. That's why they were angry. That's why they do have feelings, but it's again, they need a lot of healing. I'm going to leave that there, Scorpio. You let me know whether you resonate with this. I'll talk to you soon.